If you haven't already heard, MakerDAO just got a major makeover. The protocol that facilitates lending and borrowing through its stablecoin DAI has officially been rebranded to Sky. It's got a new name, new look, and new tokens. But how does this impact users? Well, stick around as we take a look at what the rebrand means. In May 2023, Maker's founder, Rune Christensen, unveiled his plans for a major multi-year overhaul known as Endgame. In a governance forum post, he outlined the 5 phases of change that would take place over the upcoming years. Phase 1, or the beta launch, is focused on creating a new unified brand for the ecosystem. This includes a new brand, new website, and 2 new versions of the tokens DAI and MKR, which are USDS and Sky. Following this, Phase 2 will concentrate on launching the first 6 SubDAOs and their token farms. Phase 3 is set to then introduce governance AI tools, which would be used for governance monitoring and improvement. Once the governance ecosystem is able to effectively use the governance AI tools, Phase 4 will then commence the launch of the Sagittarius Lock State Engine, or SLE. SLE is meant to incentivize governance token holders to participate by locking out their tokens and delegating their voting power in return for various token rewards. Lastly, Phase 5 will be the final endgame state and includes the launch of a new blockchain. Now, the main purpose of the rebranding efforts is to promote sustainable growth in a decentralized manner. Endgame is designed to enhance efficiency, resilience, and participation from the community. The short-term objective is to grow the ecosystem's stablecoin supply to more than 100 billion over the next 3 years while maintaining a healthy, functional DAO. For context, the total supply of DAI at the time of shooting is just over 5.8 billion, so this is an ambitious plan to say the least. Looking back on MakerDAO, Christensen acknowledges that DAOs can face issues with politics as community members start to vote in their own best interests. Instead, he believes the next step is to give DAOs the data, framework, and tools to move forward in a way that benefits everyone. And this is where SubDAOs will come into the picture, which is one of the main components of this rebrand, but we'll jump into that in a bit. First, let's talk about the 2 new tokens being introduced to the Sky ecosystem, which were issued on September 18th. Sky is the new governance token and is an upgraded version of Maker's MKR token. Holders can swap each MKR token for 24,000 Sky tokens. Meanwhile, USDS is the upgraded version of DAI and will act as the decentralized stablecoin to give users access to native token rewards within the Sky ecosystem, which is meant to be the new killer feature of the upgrade. It is backed by the same mechanisms as DAI, and each DAI token can be swapped for USDS on a 1-to-1 ratio. DAI and MKR token holders can go to app.sky.money and choose to upgrade the tokens from your wallet to USDS and Sky. Interestingly, or confusingly, both Sky and USDS can also be converted back into MKR or DAI, and upgrading is optional. However, it's currently unclear what the long-term function is of having all 4 of these tokens in circulation. Okay, moving back to SubDAOs. So these are smaller, independent entities that will have their own governance token, treasury, and autonomy. Each SubDAO can focus on specific areas like gaming or financial inclusion. The point of breaking the platform into these individual groups is to attract and build new communities with a particular direction that will supposedly be led by a group of firm believers. Another major point is that they're allowed to fail, because if one SubDAO goes down, the others are still able to carry on. In the original roadmap, these entities are referred to as SubDAOs, but have now been rebranded to Sky Stars. The first Sky Star to go live is Spark, an open source, decentralized liquidity protocol that offers yield to users who deposit DAI tokens and enables users to borrow USDS. This major rebrand has received a mixture of reactions from the DeFi community, with some favoring the move and viewing it as a necessary evolution as the market continues to grow. On the other hand, some argue that this scale of rebranding and added complexity is not beneficial to the project, and that all that was needed is a rebranding of the DAI stablecoin. Meanwhile, others are also concerned that Sky will begin to shift away from MakerDAO's original principles of decentralization in order to pursue growth. An example of one cause of concern is the freeze function, which would allow the issuer to freeze the stablecoin. In response, Christensen has clarified that USDS will not include the freeze function at launch. Instead, it will be an upgrade capability that governance could use in the future to introduce a freeze function if necessary. Though with the goal to grow to 100 billion, this seems almost inevitable. This freeze function is similar to the industry standard that other real-world asset-backed stablecoins like USDT and USDC comply with. Law enforcement agencies will likely demand the ability to freeze tokens, which, while obviously useful in the event of money laundering and other illicit activities, also lends authorities the ability to abuse this power. Another piece of criticism that the community has is the new restriction that will block access to Sky's website through VPNs. But it's important to take into account that both the freeze function and blocking of VPNs is implemented to ensure the stablecoin is regulatory compliant. According to Adam Cochran, who is a partner at Cinnamine Ventures, if you want T-bill yield backing, you're going to have a freeze function and a VPN jurisdiction blocker. As Christensen outlined in a forum post on May 16th, DAI has been existing between the worlds of decentralization and the desire to deliver utility and value at scale. He noted that these two worlds are fundamentally in friction with each other, as posited by the stablecoin trilemma, and provides two main options for solving the issue. The first is to prioritize utility and scale by integrating with traditional finance and choosing a dollar peg and real-world asset collateral. On the other hand, the project could continue the path of decentralization. He then goes on to explain that Endgame is an opportunity to realize the full potential of both options by doing them separately through a dual stablecoin solution. However, this will be a gradual process over several years, so we won't be seeing that so soon. Well, that's all for today's video on one of the biggest rebrands in DeFi history. Let us know in the comments below if you're looking forward to the future of the Sky ecosystem. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to stay updated on what's happening in crypto. Bye.